We're ready.
All right, good morning. Antoine Thompson, Greater Washington Region Clean Cities Coalition. Excited for each of you to be here today. Um, really, thank you for joining us for our Clean Energy and Transportation meeting uh, this today, Thursday, October 9th. A lot is happening in the industry, and it's important that we continue to talk to each other, to network with each other, to stay focused as our theme um, for this year's conference, which is coming up in a few days, 2 weeks from today. Is really about continuing to move onward towards a cleaner future. I know that many of you are seeing and reading what's happening in the country, and across the world for that matter. And so it's important for us to stay connected, remind each other that this some of the things that we're seeing too shall pass. We have a lot of work to do because at the end of the day, the work that we do here and that you all do in your respective organizations is about improving the health and safety of folks throughout the region and across the country. We don't live in isolation. And so the transportation and clean energy efforts that all of us are involved in play a significant role on the rates of asthma, respiratory related illnesses, the quality of life, who goes to more doctor visits, who misses school, um, who lives in areas where there's access to cleaner air, and who has access to some of the jobs and industry opportunities as we move forward in this space. So I'm really excited about you all being here. I want to just go through a few quick announcements, also provide a few industry updates as well. Today, we will call on, ask a couple folks to unmute so you all can give us some industry updates after we hear from the chief. And welcome, Chief, for being here as well. We'll call on the chief in a few minutes to share some of the great work that they're doing with law enforcement in in Prince George's County, Maryland, in the great city of Bowie. Just a few quick things, and then I'll give you just a couple quick updates. So number one, um, we have our Clean Energy and Transportation Conference, which will take place on October 23rd. Will take place at Martin's Crosswinds in Greenbelt, Maryland. Hopefully, you have registered. If you have not, please register today. Tickets are going fast. We need to sell another 150 tickets to reach our goal. So we need you all to tell everybody, as someone says, Lottie Dottie and everybody, uh, your friends, the trends, and everybody in between. Okay. And so let's uh let's make sure we register for that. That event will have a number of great panels. We'll also have a vehicle just showcase. So those of you who have vehicles that you can bring out, whether they're biodiesel, electric, natural gas, propane, hydrogen, bring the vehicles out to showcase them. We have a little form you fill out, takes only 1 minute to be able to do that. Also, I want to say we had a great event this week. We've had a lot of amazing events the last 2 months. So this week we had a wonderful event in Fairfax County, a conversation on EV charging stations and also electric vehicles, a nice community conversation on that. A lot of amazing ideas. We're working on a project with the Metropolitan Council government. We'll be hosting another event related to that on November 12th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that will take place in Lorton, Virginia, at the Lorton Library. So save the date for that event as well. That's a free event. We will be doing similar events across the region around engaging with communities over the next year or two for that project. Great to hear from people, a lot of good ideas. Uh, so many people don't know about electric. This crowd knows about electric vehicles, but when we had this event 2 days ago in Fairfax County, 2/3 of the people had never been in an electric vehicle and don't own an electric vehicle. So it was a great for us to be there. The next thing I wanted to mention is our next industry meeting is on November 13th. That will be in person. That's an in-person event. It will be at our office at 899 North Capitol Street, Northeast in DC. That will go from 10 a.m. to noon. It's going to be a nice roundtable discussion, and we're going to be talking about investments in clean energy and clean transportation beyond electrification. So stay tuned. So save the date for that. But the big thing is we need everyone registering for the conference. We still need some people to donate door prizes and item. We're going to have door prizes there. We're also going to have a silent auction. So if you have something that we can raffle off for a door prize, those are generally $50 or less. If you have an item that you can donate as for the silent auction, so we can put that in there and raise money for that, please do that. We still need more sponsors for the awards luncheon and also for the reception. There will be the lunch is going to be around 12:15, and then there'll be a closing reception where we're going to recognize some influential leaders and emerging leaders. That's from 4 to 6. We're also going to give away some scholarships. We're giving away 10 $1,000 scholarships that day as well. So we still need a few sponsors for the event. So look at that. Also, if you want to have an exhibitor booth, and I think we have 4 more slots for exhibitors. So register to be an exhibitor. It's a great opportunity to do that. And I'd like for everyone on here to make sure you do 2 things, all right? 2 things. Number one, make sure you register. Number two, we're going to need you to help socialize through social media. We'll send around a kit today for you to help post. And then the last thing is, third thing, would be if you can sponsor, help sell a table or sponsor an ad, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's do that. Last thing I want to do is just before I call on our speaker, is just talk about a few of the industry things, right? So we right now we're seeing unprecedented at the federal level challenges with funding in terms of some of the cuts and between last week and this week there were well over $10 billion in additional cuts to clean energy initiatives. This round of cuts did, fortunately, one of the programs, it's a EV charging project. We were on that project. Fortunately, we had completed all our 95% of our work, and so we've already been paid, but we still have about 5% left, 5 to 10% left. We have to elevate our voices, uh, about with our federal lawmakers, even the ones that are in our area, letting them know that these resources they impact, they hurt, and we've got to speak up about it. I want everyone to save their. I will have a date for February a big federal day we're going to go on Capitol Hill in February. We're going to need everyone involved with that. All the different fuel types, all the different folks who are concerned about whether it's wind, solar, clean transportation, clean energy. It's very important that we show up. But one of the big call to actions today is to share with your members of Congress, whether they're in the U.S. Senate or the House, whether in the red state and blue state, because I know we have people here from all around the country. They need to hear from you that you're concerned that we have to fight for not just our future, but the future of generations to come. Some of you have kids, some of you have grandchildren, and we have to leave the planet and the country better than we inherited it, right? Many of you remember growing up where there were smog days and there was pollution that you could see everywhere. Now we don't see it as much because of policies that were put in place, and they were and some were incremental and some took time. We remember there were Cadillac converters that were added to vehicles. There were a lot of different things, seat belts and miles per gallon, right? All those things were done because of advocacy, right? Recycling tires and putting the $5 on there, and there's a lot of different things that were done, but people those things didn't happen by accident. The same way with alternative fuels. People have been fighting to reduce emissions and pollution from transportation for decades. That won't continue to happen by itself. We have to fight for it. We have to advocate for investments. We have to advocate for smart policies. There is a policy that's under attack right now around around attainment issues and setting standards for what is even considered pollution, right? So we have to be involved. I want to thank people who've signed on to different letters right now. We've been doing a lot of that. The organization, our Clean Cities funding from the feds, that has not been released yet. And so we're pushing. So we will need you. So that's why the conference, we're going to have a nice industry update. We have a lot of smart people that, talking about it. They need to hear from you. There will be state and federal lawmakers and other stakeholders from all over the region, especially all over the country. It's important that you all show up. It's imperative that you all amplify your voices at this point in time. So I wanted to share that with you. The last thing I will say is that on December 2nd, we will also have a event for Giving Tuesday. It will be in DC. So save the date for that. It will be 6 to 8 p.m. for Giving Tuesday. We are a nonprofit corporation. So if we don't kill it, we don't eat it, right? We don't write grants. Y'all don't make donations and contributions. The lights go out. So let's continue to work together. And let me just take this opportunity, and we'll have some open discussion after the chief speaks as well. So I wanted to share those particular items. We've had a lot of great success the last month. We had a job fair, over 1,500 people registered for that job fair. Over 700 people attended. Line was wrapped around the corner. We had a nice event at the Congressional Black Caucus. Over 1,500 people registered. Over 700 people showed up for that event. We've got a lot of great projects that we're working on. A couple of them are wrapping up. We just had a great event training with Clean City, 20 Clean City leaders from 15 different states at a 2.5-day training, and lots of folks, a lot of great training on electric school buses. So we're doing a lot of great work, but that work can't continue without your active participation and your leadership and your involvement at this time. So without further ado, I want to go to David Preston, who is the Deputy Chief of the Bowie Police Department in Bowie, Maryland. They're doing some amazing work. He began his career in law enforcement with Prince George Police Department in 1990. He must have been like 5 years of age when he got started. He served the department for 21 years until retiring from the agency as the Deputy Chief of Bureau of administration in 2011. On January 1st, 2012, Deputy Chief Preston continued his law enforcement career with the Bowie Police Department. In this position, he oversaw the daily operations of the department, principal author of the department's strategic plan as well. He was asked to serve as the police reform task force convened by former county executive, now U.S. Senator Angela Alsobrooks, and he played an important role in opportunity involving offering recommendations that would improve the police department. He was named chief of police for the city of Bowie on December 20th, 2023. So congratulations on his role. He's a proud graduate of DeMatha High School, Catholic High School. He obtained his bachelor's degree in business administration and accounting from Bowie State. All right, Bowie. One of our team members just graduated from there in May, Jade, and his MBA from the University of Maryland as well. I want to just congratulate him on his work. They have some electric vehicles. Something that we really care about is trying to make sure that we see more and more law enforcement deploying electric vehicles and other all forms of alternative fuel vehicles in their agencies. So without further ado, we'd like to recognize the Chief of Police for Bowie. Yes, welcome.
Well, appreciate it, Mr. Thompson, and so pleased to be with you. As was mentioned, I'm Dwayne Preston. I'm the Chief of Police here at the City of Bowie. Pleased to be with you all this morning. Um, I first start by saying this is that, our commitment to electric vehicles is something that, I've sought out to explore different ways to make our fleet more efficient and obviously more friendly to the environment. But this journey for us started, some 10 years ago. One of the things that, I'm not sure if I shared this previously with Mr. Thompson or not, we started with two totally electric motorcycles made by Zero. So we started that. We have a robust number of walking trails throughout the city, probably about 50 miles worth of trails. And what we realized early on that it was very difficult for our patrol officers, if not impossible, to have a presence on those trails. So we sought something that would not disturb not only the environment, but also people enjoying those trails. So we sought out and found the EV motorcycles that allows us to get around in a lot, to cover the vast number of trails, more so than the traditional means of mountain bike patrols. So we've had those. So that led us to tinkering with EVs for the police fleet. Uh, Personally, I own an EV as one of my personal vehicles. So it's something that, I'm committed to. I enjoy the EV that I have. And it's something that I think is the performance and everything else in the EV is something that I found to be exceptional. So I just have a couple slides to show that just shows the pictures of the two EVs we have. So let me share my screen and then let's see. Can you all see that? Okay. So we have two EVs. What we went with is the Chevy Blazer EV. What you're seeing, we use it for our parking enforcement officer. As you can see it pictured there, we mark the vehicle so it's for parking enforcement, which is a part-time position. And for this use, it's been exceptional. Um, so and the second vehicles are unmarked. It's issued to one of our lieutenants who runs our investigative section and our community services section. And those are the two EVs we've had. And so we went in with the intent to test this out to see if it would be expandable for patrol use. And we've run into a couple challenges. Some of it is infrastructure, what we talked about before, and having adequate number of faster charging stations and more availability. one of the challenges with a patrol vehicle, we work 12-hour shifts in patrol. So you can imagine that really equates to about a 14 to 15-hour workday for the average officer. So the challenge in a vehicle that's constantly moving, which really makes it challenging to take time to charge a vehicle that needs an hour or two to recharge. So my suggestion is at this point in time, what we're doing is utilizing them more for non-patrol use. But so any support units that we have that are outside of patrol, our special units, as I mentioned, our parking enforcement, even some of the patrol officers that may be assigned to community services or our investigators, I think is more than adequate to start there first. As the technology improves and the availability of charging stations increase, uh, it would be my hope to see it to be able to expand into patrol so that we can outfit an entire fleet. Um, I just don't think with the range on the EVs that we have, the Chevy Blazers, given weather conditions and things of that sort, we're averaging about just under 300 miles at a full 400% charge. So every single day between commuting time and things of that sort, we're probably reducing that usage down to about 20 to 30%. And so you can imagine the 12-hour shift, that's going to be pretty challenging for us to keep those vehicles in service without the need to pull them out of service for charging. So, but we're committed to it. The city has a robust number of EVs throughout its fleet. For some of the other departments that we have, we want to continue to learn about some of the emerging technologies that exist that will be suitable for law enforcement. One of the positives that I have seen is that the the rate of charging and the cost for charging compared to the consumption of gasoline and the purchase of that is significantly less, as well as the maintenance. And that's what we were expecting. And that's what we like to see because that has a significant impact on police department budgets, and overall government budgets, to reduce maintenance costs and fuel costs. And so it's something that, I think has a great future to expand, even something to look down the road. It's not in the PD, but we have a very large public works division with a lot of large dump trucks, trash trucks, you name it. And so the opportunity there for those vehicles also to transition to a similar technology would be of great benefit to the city. So, I know that was quick, but I'm here for any questions or suggestions that anyone may have. And again, thank you, Mr. Thompson, for the opportunity to come before you all today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll um, give a few folks a chance to raise their hand, and Kim, one of our team will allow them to unmute. They won't be able to bring their camera on, but they will be able to unmute. So a couple quick things. So number one of our colleagues, Natalie, is on from the Maryland Energy Administration. I'm not sure if you all have ever applied for any grants to them for they give out a lot of grants to local governments and the private industry. And I'm sure that uh, they would love to see you all apply for some of their funding opportunities that can help you as a law enforcement agency. I know that, for example, with the town of Forest Heights, they actually got some vehicles for their police department from some state grants. So I want to, if we can, Natalie, are you able to chime in?
Yes. Hi, can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Great. Yes, thank you so much, Antoine, for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we have a medium duty, heavy duty zero emission vehicle grant program, and some other grant programs at MEA, the Maryland Energy Administration. So please, if anyone, I'll put my email in the chat if anyone wants to reach out further, set up a meeting, or I can learn more about potential projects you all want to do, maybe for electrifying your fleet, or we also have other grant programs for buildings and energy efficiency. So I'll put my email in the chat, but look forward to connecting with any of you. I really appreciate you all being here, and thank you, Antoine, for a lovely meeting. This is lovely. Great.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Chief, I would say to you that I know that a lot of police departments or municipalities have a grant writer. We can do letters of support for your application as well. You don't have to go it alone. So, I did want to share that with you as well. There are some off-road charging opportunities that you can get that you can put around does not require connection to a power source, but can charge those vehicles around Bowie. So perhaps some of the vendors that provide that some of those services could raise their hand, and we'll give them a chance to speak. Let me swing over to uh, Emmanuel, then I'll come over to Dave, and we'll give each of them a chance. So, Emmanuel, you want to go real quick?
Yeah, thank you so much, Antoine and Chief Preston. Appreciate the update here. This is very timely because I'm also the chair. I'm with American Honda. I'm also the chair of the Sustainable Maryland Committee of my city, Tacoma Park. We yesterday actually had a vote on new police vehicles, and electric vehicles were not included in that because of a lot of concerns about range and kind of what you've alluded to right now. And there were vehicles for the for those patrol vehicles. That's what I'm looking for. And so any lessons that you can share, continue to share, even in a one-on-one would be highly appreciated, because I think there's a lot of more uncertainty and fear rather than necessarily facts. And so that would be wonderful to have. Second, to your infrastructure challenge, our city actually got, it's not a grant, but it's a program that Pepco is offering, Pepco Fleet EV charging program, where they cover a level 2 and level 3 chargers for the city if it's only for like municipal city use, that we're utilizing in Tacoma Park, and that allowed us to now we will be installing DC fast chargers and several level 2 chargers at the police department in order to have that charging ability down the road for more EV police vehicles. So maybe take a look at that. The two questions I have is, first, do you have a home charging policy for police officers where essentially you offer like some incentive or some program where the police officers can purchase like level 2 chargers for their home and then get compensated? Because that take home vehicle policy is a little tricky to do. It's different than if you have a non-EV. Is my first question. And then the other infrastructure challenge, you said it doesn't hold a charge for necessarily the duration of the entire duties for the entire period that the officer is out. Do you not have like fast chargers where they can get half the charge in like 20 minutes during a lunch break or something like that? Is that not feasible? I would love to understand that better. Thank you.
Sure. So the first thing is, yes, our city attorney did come up with an agreement that allows us to install home chargers for the officers and a reimbursement. So, if that's something of interest, I could share that with you in terms of, that language there. The second question, and this is um, part of my personal knowledge of what was told to me, being the owner of an EV, and people on this call may be able to share more insight. My understanding of the fast charging is that that's not the optimal use. That is for in emergencies to use that, but it's not something that you want to be using constantly because it has an impact on the lifespan of the battery. So in a pinch, it's something good to use. But routinely it should be just the more the level 2 charging. So I believe that there's a couple challenges with law enforcement as we step into this realm of EVs. Everyone is not going to be as progressive in terms of evolving toward this technology, and law enforcement is police officers in particular fall into that bucket. So it's going to require an education, and it's going to require seeking officers that already have an interest in EVs. I think will be your first step. And then when you start having some successes with that, then it may catch on. But I think that, as you mentioned, the home charging is key, to having that right now. We just don't have enough sample size to really see how effective that is, but it still doesn't alleviate the issue and the challenge that I see. I think that a longer range battery, if we get up into the 400 miles per charge range, it may be a more suitable for patrol use because in the city of Bowie we're a large city, so we're about 20 square miles. So you can imagine the amount of road miles of average patrol officers putting on a vehicle in a 12-hour shift, also with commuting. So it's a significant amount of time. It's really, really draining down. And we're not even talking about that's normal driving conditions. So obviously, be mindful of patrol officers. Priority responses are really, really going to be what you consider more aggressive, which is going to be more significant drain on the usage of the battery. It's going to bring that battery down, even more so. It's just like obviously operating a battery like in sport mode, which is going to really, really put a drain on that battery. Those are just the hurdles. Uh, my recommendation, and like I said, I'm all for the expansion of the program. I just think that, you need to probably, walk into this slowly with some of your non-patrol units first to really start to get a buy-in and a use of that. And those officers that are using it day in and day out for administrative tasks or non-patrol tasks. And then you can start to really, really, get into patrol use, maybe starting to see how they perform on a day in and day out basis.
Yeah, just a couple quick things for you. Thanks for sharing that. I know there's a lot of hands going up, so we'll call on in a couple seconds. Two quick things. So number one, there are extended range. We have a Ford Mach-E, gets with extended range, gets up to almost 400 miles. So those are very good vehicles, high performance vehicles as well. But there are a number of other models that are out there that you can use both for parking and for pursuit as well. And then we'll let some of the others folks who can tell you about the benefits of how you can use the fast chargers. So I won't take up all the time. I'll go to Dave really quick.
Hi, good morning, Chief
Morning.
Preston. Good morning, sir. So let's say the infrastructure challenges are completely solved. What vehicle applications make the most sense for your department and for the city as a whole to electrify?
And Dave, can you say what organization, everyone, when you all come up, can you just introduce yourself? Not a commercial, but name an organization.
Sure. Dave Rogers from Athero Truck and Energy.
Sure, Dave.
You muted yourself.
In terms of systems, can you just give me a little more context of what you're referencing?
Dave, you have someone
Yeah, sorry, I was blocked from
no, that's yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious. You mentioned public works, so what's the application there? Is it box trucks? Is it step vans, class 8 trucks, that kind of thing?
Yeah,
And,
all
and
of the above. Yeah, all of the above. We have trash and recycling trucks. We have dump trucks, snow plows, pickup trucks. You name it. We have a full service public service department as well as a separate parks and grounds division as well. Uh, so the city has a large fleet. And the opportunity, I think, given the right technology, the city's already shown as a green city. Our building, which was built, 2011, is I guess what they call a silver lease building. So the city's committed to invest in technology that's going to improve the environment. So I think there's an opportunity there. But it just has to make sense to understand what's coming in terms of the investment and how to fit it in with the existing infrastructure.
well, one thing I would say, Chief, is that the conference is definitely something you should have some of your folks come. They can do some great networking. There'll be a lot of great training around planning for EVs. We'll have Pepco there. We'll have a number of these folks who are living, breathing this every day, and we have a lot of great resources that they can take advantage of. We'll be making a number of emails and calls to some of the both public and private entities in the region to make sure that they come up. There's a lot of resources here, and people want you all to be successful. I'll go to Ray and then Alan.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chief Preston. Just
Can you
wanted
speak up a little bit? We can't hear you. I can't hear you that good.
All right, how's that?
That's a lot better, yes.
Awesome. Okay, excellent. Good morning, Chief Preston. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, GWRCCC, for all the meetings that you guys have that are very integral to helping us as a community to really work on at least work on our clean energy efforts in various ways. So my name is Raymond Cooper. I'm the founder and CEO of Kilowatts, which is a Maryland-based public quick charging business. That's a startup. We're actually in the process of trying to integrate a lot of our quick chargers in the system right now. But aside from that, what I wanted to, from my understanding, I think the Chevy EV, you referenced you had the 300-mile range one. They should have the onboard quick chargers that accept up to about 150, 180 kilowatts, if I'm not mistaken. And what is the life cycle? I wanted to ask what the life cycle of every cruiser vehicle is, and because when you delve down into the weeds of the life cycle and then tie in the aspect of the range you're driving daily, you can kind of sort of make a case for DC quick charging. And when you do that, typically, if you're just topping off or you're putting the extra 30, 40 percent back into it through your daily driving as well as the travel, I really don't see why you guys would not be able to use a DC quick charger at least once a week with that 300-mile range. And if you guys do, say, 100 miles a day of patrolling, maybe a little more. I think with that 300-mile range and a quick top off once a week or once every other week, I think that is something that's doable. You guys can kind of work that into your system, the timing. But Emmanuel brought up a great point as well, the home-based charging for the officers that are able to take their vehicles home. So I just wanted to give that a little bit of input, but also kind of get an idea of what you guys' daily mileage would be that you put on the vehicles, as well as kind of understanding the life cycle of the vehicle, because that degradation that you're going to experience from the quick charging, like continuous quick charging, is going to happen quick. However, the life cycle, you also want to look at the delta between the life cycle of that vehicle, because the degradation you may see with even charging using DC quick charging once a week may not even you may not really see anything major on that for 3, 4, 5 years down the line. But it also depends on the life cycle of the vehicle, how long you guys keep it in service.
All right, real quick, and I appreciate it. It's a lot of good information. So these are the first two. We've had them both less than a year. But generally our cycle is for vehicles, gas powered vehicles, probably 7 years is the rotation. That's probably been the average. Some of the vehicles, non-patrol vehicles, may get a little longer lifespan out of them because the wear and tear is not as great. EVs, we were hoping to get a little longer based upon the technology that exists, but that remains to be seen. Now personally, and I can only compare it to my personal experience. I have a home charger, and to be honest, with my EV, I've never charged it publicly. I've never gotten to that point to need to. So I agree. Home charging, is the way to go, and that's something that we're working with. But we also have to realize that not all our officers own a home. where public charge or home charges is an option. We have some officers that, live in apartments or other places where that may not be available. So that's a consideration you also have to account for as well. What I would ask, because this group obviously has a wealth of knowledge, and the conference is something that I took note of. What I'll do is reach out to our public works director as well, who's fairly new. He's been here less than 6 months. See if he's available to accompany to come. But I think that speaking to some of you all who are experts in this field, and then starting to work with you to educate not only myself and my team and our users, will give us a better understanding of what currently exists and what the future is, of where we're going. And that way it allows us to chart out a better path to have an understanding of what we should be doing, how we should be working with these vehicles, because a lot of us are left to kind of figure this thing out on our own,
I
which is
know.
challenging. Okay.
Yeah.
We're invested and want to move in this direction, but it has to come with the education piece and the understanding for it to be sustainable, and to be supported. And I think that that's the key thing you all have to understand is that you got to help us to support it. And so by education and being able to explain it, to not only the officers that we have and how to best utilize it, but also, in my case, my city manager and others for the investment in the infrastructure
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
way in which it has to go. All right. And so, but that's just a take. So if someone is willing to do that, then, I would love to follow up with you all on that to have a sit down and really, really discuss the best way to optimize the vehicles that we have.
Yeah, we're going to take one last question on this. I know that Alan's been waiting for a long time, and then we're going to wrap up. So let me one thing, Chief, we were trying to do a roundtable at your place before Ashley left. Perhaps we have on our board Brooke Smallwood. She was very involved in the county, in Bowie, and perhaps in January that will give us enough time to really plan it. We can look at having bring a national expert in and some of these folks as well that focus on law enforcement. Our sister office in New Jersey, Clean Cities, they have been really involved in this effort over the last few years. Hyattsville's had some EVs for a long time as well. But we could work on, if you would be so kind to host, we would do everything, get all the speakers and help do the marketing. If you could host that, we would love to put together a roundtable conversation at your place or somewhere, maybe at the Bowie library or something like that, where we can bring folks throughout the region and bring some good folks. There is a lot of support and out there that we could do that. So if you would be available or interested in that, our team can work with putting that together for sometime in January if you'd like.
Yeah, let's have a discussion. We could talk details and, how many people we look at that we need to support. But yeah, I think we're open to that.
Yeah, and we have a great rapport with your mayor as well. So I'm sure we can get Mayor Adams come give some remarks as well. I'm sure he'd love to do that. All right, let's go. Our last question will go question or comment will go to Alan Kennedy on the subject. So we want to save some of this energy for 2 weeks from today, okay, everybody? So we wanted to have a conversation, but let's save this for the rest of the energy for the conference. Yes, Alan.
My question is, can you hear me, first of all?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great. First, thank you to Mr. Thompson for having this type of platform. And to the Chief Preston, we got answers. We are ready. You got questions? I'm with a company called Clean Energy for You. And what we do is we don't cause problems, we solve problems. So I like what you said about the distance. Chevy Silverado, I think it is, has like 400 plus miles to a full charge. And the other one where you were talking about the not being sure about when you go out, the distance, and then getting charged, we have a system called portable charging too. So maybe I need to, get your information from Mr. Thompson and, or if it's on the chat, I get that information, and there are a lot of ways I can resolve a lot of your issues. That's what I do. I take the problems that you have and then solve them.
All right. Thank you. So, Chief, you have any closing comments?
Now, again, I just, thank you for the opportunity, to meet with you all today. In this short time, obviously, you're giving me a lot to, a lot of education, but also a lot to think about in terms of it's good timing for us. Actually, we're starting to prepare our FY27 budgets that'll be due, later this year. So this is the time because if there are things that we need to be looking forward to put in the budget requests is now. So yeah, but hopefully some of you, I'm gonna put my information in the chat. So those that have provided suggestions, feel free to reach out so that we can connect and we can further the discussion.
And Natalie has money now that she needs people to take advantage of. So make sure your team reaches out to Natalie because she has money. So, I mean, she's got money. So let's help her. We always, one of the things our office wants to do is make sure that we have their programs oversubscribed, which then makes it possible for legislators and the governor to refund programs because so many people, the demand is so strong. Natalie, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, actually, thank you for saying that, Antoine, because that's exactly what we want as well, because that shows the legislators that a program isn't only successful, but there's such a high demand. So I was going to say that. And then also, I'm not sure if it's possible afterwards, if we could have exchanges of emails, because it looks like I can't add my email in the chat. So if there's a way we can communicate that, that would be lovely. And we can all reach out after. But yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, I don't know. I thought the chat was enabled. All right, sorry about that. We'll go to our last person, Dakari.
Yes, just really quick. Thank you for this meeting. I'm actually based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I work a lot with Georgia Power and a couple of the other sustainability groups here. And I joined the call because we do a lot of EV installations all throughout the Southeast. And so I wanted to connect. I was seeing here that I didn't see everybody's email in the chat, but the young lady just said that I guess it was disabled. So that was really what my question was how could I get everyone's information or those who had spoke so I could follow up.
Yes, no problem. Hopefully you'll come up on October 23rd in 2 weeks. It's not too late to get your flight, okay? So, yeah, so make sure you get a flight. Or you can drive up, like I've driven to Atlanta a million times. Not as much as I used to, though, because my wife lives here now. But thank you. So I want to thank the chief for being with us. I'm going to take just a quick minute to call on a couple folks to give some quick industry updates as well. So I want to first, I'm going to call on Gio to see if he has anything. I know he's going to be one of our speakers. Gio, how are you doing? Are you able to unmute, Gio? Is he available? He might be on a call or something. All right. All right. I'm gonna run through this thing really quick. Geo might be rolling, but I want to give one of our partners. Let me see if I can get her to unmute. Okay. Miss Planter is on. She's one of our partners. Miss Planter, are you able to unmute?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. We can hear you. Thank you for being here. Why don't you introduce yourself to everyone?
I'm Miss Planter. I teach at Columbia Heights Education Campus, and I teach environmental science.
Yes. And I'm so excited that you were on. You were on my mind this morning, and we want to come visit your school. For those who don't know, she is a teacher at Columbia Heights Educational Campus in Washington, D.C. We have been going to her program for the last 3 years. And one of our members, board members, he just jumped off, Jim Dankowski, and I wanted to connect you with him because he gives his company, Eaton Corporation, donates every year so that we can take some of our staff time to come to your school. And I wanted to connect him, but you with him. But I want to say to you, how are the students, number one? And number two, will you be able to bring a couple of the students with you to our industry, our conference on October 23rd?
Yes, yes, yes. And the students are wonderful.
Okay, well, you think you'll be able to bring a few of them to the luncheon?
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll follow up with you. If you can bring 3 or 4 of those students with you to the luncheon, that would be great. I remember you brought some of the students to the women's event, a bunch of the young ladies earlier this year, but we'd love to have a few of your students come to our conference as well. All right. Thank you. All right, we're going to just get a couple other quick updates from some of the members. I wanted to give Emmanuel, I know you did ask a question earlier, but you have any updates on what's going on with hydrogen?
Always. A lot of developments.
Tell
Probably.
them what company and organization
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
with
yeah.
first.
Probably too short to cover it also. I am with American Honda Motor Corporation. As of earlier this year, we actually have a commercial offering, which is the CRV FCEV fuel cell vehicle, which is a hybrid plug-in hydrogen vehicle. So it has both a battery that can be recharged from the grid and a hydrogen tank that can get you long range. So we lease that in California right now. We're also focused on a lot of applications in terms of power generation, backup power, peaker plants, mobile generation, and ideally midterm, medium heavy duty transportation as well. So we're very interested in exploring and further developing the offering in the hydrogen space there. But yeah, generally speaking, hydrogen industry is continue to move forward, even though there's a lot of uncertainty coming from the federal level. Hub's future is unclear, which is this big program for 7 regional hubs in the United States that got about $8 billion earlier, well, a couple of years ago now. And, with all of that, main focus is really on near-term project development, focusing on what can be achieved near term and bringing together small groups of partners to achieve projects and putting, steel in the ground. We do have a 30% tax credit for backup fuel cell generation, or generally for a fuel cell generation that provides power. So that's a good incentive that is going to continue until 2034. So we do have some nice incentives that we can piggyback on. But yeah, that's a high level that I have right now.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us today. I want to give, I know he did speak earlier. This is his first time really getting engaged, but I want to give Dave, this is also Drive Electric Month. We're in our last couple of days of that. So I want to give Dave Rogers from Etherno a chance to give a quick update on something he's working on. And we'll do one last speaker from Arthur Somerville from the RNG space.
Yeah, thanks, Antoine. Dave Rogers with Ethereum Truck and Energy. So we are a zero emission commercial vehicle dealer in Maryland and Virginia. And so we have a couple product lines. We were a Nikola dealer. They're obviously no longer in business. We continue to support some Nikola customers with parts and service. So we do have a service location in Elkridge, not far from BWI. And then we're headquartered down in Richmond, Virginia. And Manuel, it was good to see you yesterday on Hydrogen Day. Had a little event with hydrogen producer down here in the Richmond Petersburg area of Virginia, and looking to work with them to see if we can get some projects going with some hydrogen fuel cell powered commercial vehicles in Virginia and Maryland. So we're just kind of scratching the surface on that right now. More to come. We're working on an official partnership with a Class 8 hydrogen fuel cell manufacturer to replace what we were doing with Nikola. And today we are an authorized Harbinger dealer. It's medium duty class 4 to 6 platform that's completely customizable. Right now, the available product is step van, and then this fall and into this winter we'll have some box trucks. We'll be able to make flatbeds, service bodies, you name it. So please connect with me at the conference, and we'll have at least one vehicle there to showcase. You guys can take a look, and we'll talk. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. And let's look at collaborating with us to do we're going to do some quarterly roundtables for 2025, 2026. And perhaps one of those can be around hydrogen at our office. So hopefully we can collaborate on supporting that. You can, have a roundtable and have a few vehicles right out front of our building. Okay. All right, we're going to go to Art Somerville to close us out really quick. We only have 3 minutes left. So, Art.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. My name is Arthur Somerville with a company called Iceberg Sustainables. Like Anton said, we're in the RNG space, specifically the biogas space. We turn waste into energy or waste into RNG. And we really are working, diligently to work in communities within Maryland and in the nation around, creating a circular solution that can turn waste into energy. We don't only turn all your trash for a municipality into RNG, but we're also able to turn the plastics 1 through 7s or 3 through 7s into a building material, patented building material called Ballcrete. So it's lightweight concrete aggregate that's able to also sequester carbon and lower the carbon footprint by hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, not just the biologic waste, but also the plastic waste that gets into the waste system. And appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to working more with GWCCC over the years. Thank you.
And you're welcome. And last but not least, I want to give Vanessa Cacho just a quick chance. So 1 minute, and then I'll say the final 30 seconds.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Vanessa Cacho, a recent board member and owner of TrueVine Solutions, where we specialize in providing solutions to clients of all sizes in all different industries, mainly focused around HR solutions and project management. But I'm very excited to be a member of this movement, and also to welcome whoever's going to be in attendance on the 23rd. We're really, really excited. So can't wait to see you all there.
Thank you. Thank you. So remember to register October 23rd. You can be there all day. You can come in at different parts. We also have a luncheon as well. We did have a couple of our awardees like Emmanuel on today as well, and look forward to seeing you all on October 23rd. As they say, don't meet me there, beat me there. In addition to that, I want to thank the chief for coming on as well. Thumbs up. Great conversation. As you can see, there's a lot of interest, Chief, in what you're doing. You have a family here. This is a family network, and we're looking forward to helping to elevate what you're doing, and a lot of the law enforcement folks that want to go green. We are your partners on this. You all don't have to go it alone. You have a team of folks that want to help you and be supportive.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a great day, and we'll see you on October 23rd at Martin's Crosswinds in Greenbelt, Maryland. I want to thank all of our team, staff, consultants, and interns for helping making today possible, and you all for being here. Have a wonderful